I'd like to thank our HAWAS, our councillor, Randy Joe, and our survivor members that are here today. We'd just like to ask some of our members, survivor members, to Valerie, if you wouldn't mind offering your prayer this morning before we get started, and for her sister Audrey to join her, and Willard. I think that there was another song that we wanted to offer before we get going today, and then we'll go from there.
Just going to do a prayer that our elders before us, before this generation, taught me. I was lucky enough to be with our elders and learn our language. I was one of the very few that did. And it's called shíshálh. It means walking on the right path, going on the right path. O Tinuel man Patam Saltam, Ishmal Mala, Pronounced Nemos Atir Square to Equal, I am at Mayo Fizalato, Punamchomos etim Sotso, O Messiah, all my relations.
We'll take our leave, but I'll leave you with a message that although the Shíshálh band will spearhead this and make that effort to try to put a halt to what's going on, you have to know and understand that our people are the ones that are suffering because of this, because these court cases are costing us millions and millions of dollars. And once again, I'll leave it with you that this is another way, another form of suppression. They're bleeding us, and we can't let that continue. So we will take a lead in this again, and as soon as I can communicate with you on what our efforts are going to be, we'll be back in touch. I know a few of you, the phone numbers for a few of you, and we'll be in touch soon. So I'll leave you to the workshop, and hopefully you'll be able to help one another and help us find a way to heal our people. Shíshálh.
Well, the first part is we're going to build a village together and celebrate the strength of the people that pre-contact. We're going to build a village. We're going to talk about what kept that village together, how we worked together in harmony with one another, And again, that village is based on our values that our people, our ancestors walked with, love, respect, kindness, and generosity in others. Right? Yeah, people are going to share. They're going to talk about how it feels to be in that village pre-contact. So people are going to really get an understanding of the strengths and the gifts in being in an Indigenous village. So that's what's going to happen for the first part. And in the second part, I'm going to talk about the cultural clash that happens so that people will feel what that was like, because we become quite attached to that village, and then to see a colonizer, somebody who doesn't understand that village, come in and take that village apart can be quite painful. I'll give a lot of choices around that. People that shouldn't, maybe, or who don't feel like it's a good time for them to re-experience that in their life if they've gone through it already in their life. I'll give a break and they have an opportunity to leave or to witness or whatever they want, because I don't want to re-traumatize anybody that's experienced that. And then the last part is, I'm going to take the culture away, the identity. I'm going to take as the colonizer, and I'm going to take the children away, and then I'm going to ask the people that have built that village to do whatever they need to do to fix it. So often what they do is they bring the identity back, bring the children back, and do whatever we need to do to heal it. And that's the future, because that's where we are now. How do we heal from what
I lived in North Vancouver, 2 blocks away from the residential school, the convent, the Catholic school. I had no idea. None of us did, because nobody spoke about it. Speaking about it now, getting the word out, saying this happened, is the first step towards moving forward. Because we have to own that. All of us have to own what happened so that we can all take the next step. And the Shíshálh Nation and all of the First Nations have always been very welcoming, very embracing of new ideas and new cultures and new ways of doing things. And that was sort of suppressed under the assimilation program, which we have all discovered assimilation doesn't work, no matter what culture you're applying it to. And we lost a huge resource in doing that, because we're all these people that could have been contributing to an economy and we could all be building together. Now we can go forward and do that.
What's your sense of today's activities?
Today's activities, I believe, are going to help people that are in the room move out of the room.
Does that include you?
That includes me above
So you're
all.
not an observer, you're not media, you've come to heal something in you.
I think everybody here is here to heal something within themselves. I'm also here as the media, though.
So how valuable do you think this experience is today?
I think this experience is going to be very valuable. It's going to help us learn and be able to help out our actual community.
Yeah. So you're going to be here for the whole thing?
I am going to be here for the whole thing.
What are your expectations for yourself personally?
To learn.
To cleanse, to heal?
To heal, to learn about my ancestry, their ancestry, and to group them all together.
And yourself. Are you an observer, or are you prepared to heal too?
A bit of both. How about that?
So it's a rare opportunity to participate in something that's a privilege.
Well, this is my 3rd workshop with Kathy Camilleri, and every single time I get a little piece more out of it. So I really enjoy her speaking and what she has to say, and it's a beautiful workshop, and I'm happy to be here.
So your role in this is really quite involved, and are you pleased with the way it's going so far?
Yeah, I think that as much as we can bring in the public sectors, people that we work with, like the RCMP, St. Mary's Hospital, the educational, the school districts, social services, the Ministry of Child and Family Services, bring them in and bring some education and awareness and some shared understanding about the history of residential schools. And not only in this territory of the Shíshálh Nation, but also in our country, in Canada, so that there's a shared understanding about the legacy that residential schools have left, in our communities, and that we're still dealing with the impacts today.
How personal is this to you?
Well, I am also an intergenerational survivor. I attended Saanich Indian Day School myself. Both my parents are residential school survivors. I bring a lot of compassion and heart to it for that fact alone, that I grew up with it and realized that both in my mother's community, my father's community, and my partner's community, which is the shíshálh Nation, that there's a lot of work to be done.
And you're doing it.
Yes, I'm doing the utmost I can to assist with the process.
Today we'll focus on things that bring us together, things that create unity. The elders say we come together and we share food and water, and we share air, we share spirit. And when we have the courage to share spirit with one another, we're all strengthened. And so my hope for today is that we strengthen one another and that we make this canoe, just like it's already happening. After the announcement, people stand up and say, we support you. It's about us working together and creating unity in our world so that we can change it to make it a better place. Don't we need to change this world to make it a better place for our children and our grandchildren and our great-great-grandchildren to come? So I do this work in the spirit of that canoe today. If you would please put the rock out on the deer skin, because the rock represents our in our village, our relationship to the land. So if you would please take your rock and put it out on the deer skin. It's not what we have, it's what we give that makes us great people. So we live our values. Those values, want to say them with me? Love, respect, kindness, and generosity. Perfect. One more time. Love, respect, kindness, and generosity. Perfect.
Yeah, the conclusion of this workshop today was a very healing process for our community and the other community of the other side here. It was very successful today. There's a lot of speaking, a lot of people coming out sharing their views, a lot of survivors here coming out sharing what they went through in their life. This is just a starting point for us. We're trying to keep the story alive, and this is one of the workshops, and I hope many more to come in the near future.
So yes, we think that this is going to be one session of many where we're going to be sharing the experience with the local community of the experiences of our forefathers and the experiences of our people to date in terms of how we are dealing with the residential school. And we're hoping that we're going to feel that compassion from our local neighbors, our local governments, and be here to assist our people to overcome the residential school infection and help us to move on as a community.